What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and today we'll be talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. It is the 17th day of June, and here we are sitting at about $213 with roughly 10 hours, 42 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about the price action here. So we've reclaimed $200. We have moved up a little bit. We went as high as what, like 233 yesterday. Awesome. Good to see. A little bit of life. Big, large, extremely high pocket of volume here at the lows. If we see a lot of volume at the highs, it typically implies selling pressure, right? If we see a lot of volume at the lows, it typically implies buying pressure. Not always. You can top off with very low volume. You can bottom out with very low volume. But in this case, I mean, I don't know. This gets me kind of excited. I do believe, and I've theorized this. I don't like to talk like this too often because I think that it's kind of a cop out. It's a way to cope with your expectations. But I really do believe that this price action here for Bitcoin Cash was uh, mechanical in nature. It was manipulated, to put it plainly. It was not natural. Okay, it seems rather forced. And now at a lower price you're able to buy. And my theory is, again, I mean, imagine if you're somebody who wants to buy a ton of something. You want to buy a ton, like I'm talking billions of dollars. You're a venture capitalist. You're just somebody with deep pockets. You're an institution. Maybe you're a government body. Whatever the case may be, somebody with a ton of capital, and you want to buy something. You're gonna want to get your hands. You're gonna want to get cheesed a little bit. Or is cheese not the right word? I don't know. You're going to want the discount. That's all I'm trying to say. Very poorly trying to say. You're going to want the discount. And you're going to go to Binance. You're going to talk to CZ. You're going to orchestrate with Brian Armstrong, with the market makers in crypto, whatever, that, hey, I want to give you guys, I want to put you in charge of billions of my dollars of capital, hundreds of millions, whatever. I don't want to buy this thing here, though. I would do it. I want to buy this thing. I just don't feel comfortable buying it here, And I know that sounds kind of wild. Maybe to some people that sounds like a conspiracy. I believe the crypto markets are manipulated. I believe everything's manipulated, from the dollar in your pocket to the drugs at the store to condoms to crypto. Everything's manipulated, right? Prices are manipulated at all places, everywhere, right? And I really do believe that Binance and the market makers in crypto have a much easier time manipulating this market than there is manipulating really any other market in the world. And this does seem to me like it is forced selling pressure. How else do you explain moving down so much with such little volume, and now that you're getting a ton of volume here, you're not moving anywhere? It doesn't make sense to me, man. It only makes sense that now that you're here in these levels, this is that acquisition point where you're literally like getting a 50% discount, able to put in a ton of money. And I do believe that we'll see some positive results from this. Now, it could be short. It could be in a very short amount of time that we see some explosive behavior. It could be a long time that we kind of meander in this zone, and volume slowly dies off before we ever actually see any kind of recovery happen. We could even go lower in the meanwhile. My conspiracy theories aside, and just because I'm saying that doesn't mean I'm right. I maybe maybe we dumped like this and it's totally natural. I don't think so, but maybe it is, right? I'm not. I don't know for 100% fact that what I'm saying is true, but it's just something that I feel in my heart, in my gut. Something's telling me that that's exactly what happened. Anyways, the real question is, if this is happening, why why would somebody want to buy a ton of Bitcoin Cash? What's the purpose behind that? Why is there so much volume? What we do see is that there is a ton of volume here at the lows. Why is there so much interest at Bitcoin Cash at these levels? And the reason why is because Bitcoin Cash is at a massive discount, massive opportunity here for long-term investors. You're at some of the lowest points. We look at Bitcoin Cash for what it's worth, guys. You're at some of the lowest points that we've been at given the last bull market entirely. You've seen a massive sell-off in a very short amount of time with genuinely low volume overall. Like this, it looked like a lot on the daily time frame. It looked like a lot on the 1 hour time frame too, and then the 4 hour. But generally, or gen tip, what's the word I'm looking for, man? Why can't I talk today? In general, it's actually not that much volume. We've seen a lot more volume come in during the last bull market, and where we saw this huge volume peak is actually where we are now. So there's a lot of interest in this area, this very key area. I'm actually wondering here if we take the last bull market, not this bull market, but this is kind of an odd top to a bull market here. Um, let's see. Is it this one? Yeah. We'll take this over here. So a lot of volume came in here. That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe because of this? Let's do it like this. Let's stretch you out a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. We're right in that area, guys, right in that area. And we literally tipped this low volume zone. This is typically the area that you would find support based off this, volume profile range, VPR, whatever it is. Um, it really makes sense to me that we would find support in this area and that we might see some movement up. But again, how is that movement? How is that support going to come in? Are we just going to see a V-shaped recovery and be back above $500 next week? Maybe. Maybe that happens. I mean, we've seen some very quick movement from this area before. We really could see some fast movement here now. Or are we going to do something in the way of this? We saw a lot of volume here coming at the lows. And we did move up. We went from $97 all the way up to $164. We saw a nice impressive move, but still over time came back down. There's a lot of acquisition that happened right now that they've tried so hard to get the price down here. They're not just going to let it go, right? If you can acquire all this here, you'll have enough capital to provide selling pressure at key areas here, and you can see some volatility over the coming months, maybe even over the coming year. We could be here for quite some time. How long was it last time? We were here from June of 2022 until June of 2023, a whole year. In this area here, we were here from January 2019 until March of 2019. Not as long, but still. And then over here, we were accumulating for a very long time, for years, guys, multiple years. So we can definitely be in this area for quite some time. However, the main point being, I think this is an amazing opportunity. It's a fantastic point to buy some Bitcoin Cash. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but damn it, you should buy some Bitcoin Cash. It should be financial advice. And for the long term, specifically. Long term means you buy at 213, it drops on you, you don't sell, you're not panicking, you're not freaking the hell out. You're buying more. You're doing the good thing. You're putting on your smiley face and you're buying more because it's a good thing. You're even like, with your eyebrows like this. Yeah, maybe you got a single brow. You're just some big, dumb, happy-go-lucky person who gets to buy some Bitcoin Cash. You might ride the red dragon down, but that doesn't mean you can't saddle up for the green dragon whenever it comes time, and we're going to take flight. Monstrous flight, man. The green dragon was lazy on us. He was exciting for a little bit of time there, but we've been lazy for the past bit. Very well rested, very fat. We're going to take flight on this fat beast of a dragon, and I don't know, maybe not. Maybe he's not fat. He's battling the red dragon right now. I'm getting caught up in the BS. All I'm trying to say is this is a fantastic opportunity. We look at the weekly time frame. The last time that the RSI was down at these levels, that was a fantastic opportunity. Potentially the last time that Bitcoin Cash will ever see prices below $100 ever in its existence. Fantastic opportunity. This could be some of the last time, the last year, the last months that we see Bitcoin Cash anywhere near $200. The stochastics have been oversold for quite a while. Okay, that doesn't mean that we have to move up right now, but I don't think that we have too much lower to go, if at all, any lower to go. We look at this on the monthly time frame. Stochastics are oversold. The RSI is at actually the lowest point that it's ever been here. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a great time to buy. It might mean that, but if we close this month down around here, which I think we will, and then we get some green months over time, that would actually be a good point of support right there at the oversold zone. I want to see what we're doing on the by the way of the ribbons here. Let's just see. Where are we at? XLM. Okay. Let's do this. We're in log, right? Yeah. The monthly ribbon gave us a false cross. We crossed up. We moved up a little bit, but it was a false cross overall. And false crosses typically, they do promote movements just like this. So that's pretty aggressive movement down. If we see a V-shaped recovery, and we can get back above 435 before this crosses back down, which technically there is still time. It'll probably be like a month or two before that actually crosses down. Then sure, maybe it's not a false cross. This is just some intense volatility. We're about to skyrocket to thousands of dollars, but I would expect that we do kind of hang out here. We probably do see some price action like this for the years to come, or maybe the months to come, I should say. Weekly time frame. Come on now. TradingView, don't fail me now. Maybe it's failed me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, weekly time frame sucks on the ribbon. Daily time frame. What's going on with TradingView? Yeah, we're working our way back up. The ribbon's very, very spread out right here. Typically, when you get a spread out ribbon, you start to consolidate. Let's see if I can find an example of that. Here, you're spread out, right? You start to consolidate, you came back up. Here, you're spread out, you're very spread out there. You started to consolidate, you came back down. Started to spread out a little bit, same thing, right? Very, very spread out over here. And I mean, as soon as you were getting spread out, that's when you consolidated. You got tighter, contracted, moved back up, very spread out, came back down. It's not always that simple, but for Bitcoin Cash, it seems to be. Anyways, I've got nothing else to say. I'm just talking at this point. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? I do expect Bitcoin Cash will see some volatility. We probably even do get below $200 again at some point here. I don't expect that it's as easy as buying here and then it's a rocket ship to the moon. Maybe it is. But I would expect some volatility. This really could be the low, but don't be sad or surprised if we, in the midst of that volatility, see lower prices. We really could go a little bit more below $200, maybe even below $180, and that's fine. It's just better opportunities to buy you with. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.